वाङ्मे मनसि प्रतिष्ठिता मनो मे वाचि प्रतिष्ठितम् आविराविर्म एधि वेदस्य म आणीस्थः श्रुतं मे मा प्रहासिः अनेनाधीतेन होरात्रान् समदधामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम् अवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति. So we stopped at this verse of two Saramaya dogs. It was number 10 and 11. Since it was 2 weeks back, I will start with number 10. Atidrava Sarame Yao Shvanao Shurakshao Shabalao Sadhuna Patha Athapitrin Suvidatran Upehi Yamena Ye Sadhamadam Madanti. Run faster by the right path, following Saramaya four-eyed and dappled heavenly hounds. Thus approach fathers who know perfectly, who enjoy together with Yama the unity feast. Atidrava, literally, run fast. Saramaya Shvanao. After, most probably, or with Saramaya dogs, duels. Chakshurakshao, with who have four eyes. Shabalao, who are, it is translated from the dictionary as dappled, spotted dogs, like those Dalmatian dogs. Follow the Dalmatian dogs of heaven. Sadhuna patha, by the proper path, by the right path, by the path which leads you to the goal. This is interesting. They know the path. An interesting Sarameya, I was telling you this already, they are the children of Sarama. And Sarama is the intuition hound. Yes, the consort of Indra. Indra works with Sarama. Sarama is actually power of the mother, of the divine mother, of the dawn. The dawn has several powers, one of which is Dakshina and Sarama. And Sarama is that intuition which follows and finds the hidden treasures. So these two hounds, puppies, they are the children of the Sarama, of the intuition of heaven, the power of Indra, consort of Indra actually. Not even a power, it's a mother's power. Two Dalmatian puppies, they have four-eyed, they lead us back to the right path. Most probably they are the functions of Sarama herself here. Athapitrin suvidatran upei, and come or approach the Pitris who discovered perfectly the truth of the path. Our state of embodiment is ongoing path, yes, it's ongoing journey, because it is in time. We are not the final product. It will go on and on and on, and it has to be perfectly discovered all the time. So that's why the Pitris are called Suvidatras, those who are finding perfectly the path forward. That path is not really given yet. It has to be made. It has to be discovered. Yes? And so we are living in the world which is not yet made. By living, we are making the world. And Pitris are supporting that discovery of the path. So approach the Pitris, the ancestors. Thus approach fathers or forefathers who know perfectly or who discover perfectly the path of this evolution of consciousness and the body, who enjoy together with Yama the unity feast. Sadhamadam, the intoxication together with bliss, Madanti. And now the new verse. Yaute Shvanao Yama Rakshitarao. Yaute Shvanao Yama Rakshitarao. Chakshur Akshao Pathirakshi Nrichakshasao. Tabhyam enam paridehi rajan. Swasti chasma anamivam chadhehi. Those who are yohounds, te shvanao yao, or yama, the protectors, rakshitarao, the four-eyed, chakshur akshao, protecting on the path, pathirakshi, dual. Nrichakshasao, with the vision of the soul, of Nri. Nri, we spoke about this word, Nara. Though Nara is man, it's not really a man in the Veda. It is more the heroic power of the soul. Yeah? From here we have this Nri or Nara as a hero, as a male who is ready to fight the injustice and the darkness. Yeah? And this is the heroic power of the soul, which is intrinsic with our souls, who are here, Yajamanas, and intrinsic with gods. When the gods engage in this sacrifice, they are called Naras also. So Nri is the heroic power of the soul. So Nrichakshasao, with the eye, or with the look, or with the perception of the soul, of heroic power of the soul. Why heroic power? Because it is that power which got engaged in this darkness to manifest the divine. And these Saramaya dogs, Shvan is an interesting word also. It's from Shva, Shu, or Shvas, to breathe, to swell. It has the power of this scent. They are running after the scent. They catch and they are filling the space with the pranic energy. These are the dogs. So they protect on the path. They are four-eyed. Why four-eyed? Because they look in every possible direction. Tabhyam enam paridehi. Give, O King Rajan, to them, him, enam, this one. And this is the man most probably who died. Give to him this one. O King. O King means O Yama here. Swasti chasma anamivam chadhehi, and establish well-being for him and freedom from fear. Anamivam chadhehi. Anamiva can be distress, terror, fright. There is a huge terror and fright when we move in that direction, out of the body, into the new world. So there is a request to establish well-being and freedom from terror. Well, it's quite reasonable. Let's move to the next one. That continues with these Saramaya dogs. Uruna sao, asutripta, Udumbalao, Yamasya Duta Charato, Janananu, Tau Asmabhyam, Drishaye, Suryaya, Punardatam, Asum, Adyeha, Bahadram, Adyaiha Bahadram. I'm just for our Sanskrit students. You see, I'm splitting every word with it totally incorrect, but it's much easier to find the word. Yeah, Tau Asmabhyam or Urunasav with this, so it is easier for you to see dual. So they have wide nostrils. Having wide nostrils, uru wide, nasau two nostrils. Nasa, nose, the same etymology. Asutripta, unsatisfied or insatiate. Literally, those who are never fully satiated or satisfied. They are always hungry, as it were. They are never perfectly settled. Yeah? They are always unsettled in the disequilibrium. They are always on the move, let us say. With wide nostrils means they are catching very well the scent where to go. And they udumbalao. This is a rare word or used only in this hymn. And there are several suggestions. Urubalao, udumbalao, Sayana suggests, said of the two dogs, the messengers of Yama. Widely reaching power. Uru is wide, but here udumbalao. There is udumba tree also. And there are, I think it is a different meaning. Well, not very different, because bala is the force. Umbala is the wide force, whose wide attention or power is focused on upward. So they are leading the soul from downward upward, who is forceful for the upward move, I would say. Not simply widely powerful. Yeah. Yamasya Dutao, two envoys of Yama, or two messengers of Yama. Charatah Janananu, follow people in their transition. So when the people move, their soul moves out of the body, they follow and protect. There are two of them because on each side of the person there is one Sarameya dog. And both of them protect the transition of the soul in that dangerous zone. They kind of chase away the forces which try to attack the soul and to abuse it and use it for its own, purpose. As food, usually it is food mainly, to rob of the energy, of that psychic energy, of that experiential energy. It's a very tasty, delicious food for the vital forces. And interestingly, the second half, may they grant us to see the sun again. That means in the future incarnation, because we are already beyond. Or maybe not. I leave it open, but I thought it this way. And happy existence here and now grant us. Asum, actually being. Adya iha bhadram. And here, totally happy existence. That means most probably now, without the body, in the afterlife. May they grant us that we will have future incarnation. That means we are not going elsewhere, but to the place of rest of the souls. And from there we will have again we will see the sun. Yeah? So there we will be happily and asumbhadram, so having a happy existence, adya iha, now and here and now. Now finally we have this here and now, yes, in afterlife. And then grant us to see the sun again. Because here and now in the afterlife, it could be also a very troublesome existence, yes? So they request those Saramaya dogs, those consorts of Yama, to grant them the safe passage here and now, and also the kind of promise of the future reincarnation. Yamaya somam sunuta, Yamaya juhuta havih, Yamam hayajñam gacchati, Yamam hayajño gacchati, Agniduto aram kritach. To Yama press out the soma, to Yama make the oblation, to Yama the sacrifice is going well prepared, accompanied by Agni as its envoy. Yama Agni dutach aram kritach yajñach. So yajna is well prepared, well made, perfectly made. Aram kritach means sufficiently made, which has the envoy of Agni, Agni dutach. That means it is in accordance with the divine will, which is taking offering our soul to the higher, to the beyond, and it goes to Yama. Here actually in this hymn we can see the qualities of Yama, why he is not the Lord of the death, but he is the savior of the soul, yes? So our yajna goes to him, our Agni goes to him, everything is going to him. Soma is offered to him. It can't be the Lord of death. It is not the Lord of death of Savitri, that's what I want to say. Later in Puranic literature it is mixed up because Yama is engaged in this transition and his Saramaya dogs are part of it. That's why he is considered to be the Lord of Death. But I think it's misinterpretation of some kind. Yamaya Gharitava Dhavih Juhota Pracha Tishthata Sanodi Veshu Ayamat Dirgham Ayuh Pra Jivase. For Yama make the offering full of clarity and rise before him. For he among and in the gods should extend our long life to live. Now it's more complex here. Pratishtata can be translated as literally stand forward. I translate rise before him, but can be translated as move forward to him, leave nothing behind, merge with him in your journey beyond, trust him in other ways, deviate from your base to him, to this subtle world. So we can translate it as offer to him your clarified intention, Garitavadhavih. Clarified means totally clear intention of your mind and decision or wish. Wish what you want to achieve in the next reincarnation and merge with him in your path forward. In your path forward is a good suggestion, because he will move you forward. This is a moving forward to go to him. For he should hold stretch, prolong our life in the gods, in the divine powers. He should kind of stretch or prolong or extend our life to live our life forward, prajivase, in our next incarnation. So he will hold our life long in the gods, kind of bathing them, our souls, in the powers of the gods or the divine powers, for our life to be more beautiful or long in the future incarnation. There's something beyond is going on with Yama. He is making those connections with all the powers of the Surya, because he is the child of the Surya, of Aditya, of the sun, and he makes all the necessary connections and extensions. Helpers are assigned to our journey for our future incarnations. Yamaya madhumattamam rajne havyam juhodana idam nama rishibhiyah purvebhiyah pathi kridbhiyah. For Yama make the sweetest of oblations for the king. This is prostration before Rishis, the firstborn, the ancient creators of the path. Interestingly, that Rishis are mentioned here as partakers of this offering. The firstborn Rishis, the powers of Brahman, first creators of the path for us here in this world, creators of the path forward in this, mortal bodies. How can we move forward in the mortal bodies? Such a big task, yes. Mortal bodies die. How can you move forward? So you leave progeny on one side, and on the other hand, you move and reincarnate. So you leave the trace to go on with the body, and then you come into that body in the future. And the last verse, Trikadrukebhih patati shat urvih ekam idbrahat Trishtup Gayatri Chandansi Sarvata Yame Ahita. Yame is here the Sandhi, Yama Ahita. I can give you Padapatha here, split on the words, so you can see separately words without Sandhis. By 3 vessels of Soma, one great world falls into 6 vast dimensions. Trishtup, Gayatri, and all the meters are established thus in Yama. This is a very mysterious ending. So all Gayatri and Trishtup is considered to be triple in its form. Yeah? Triple because we have 3 parts of it. Yes, for example, Abodhi Agnih, one part, Samidha, second part, Jananam, the third part. That's why it is called Trishtup, because there are 3 clearly parts. And Gayatri is also triple. Yes, we have 888 syllables. Yeah? And kind of amazing that these 2 are mentioned here. And all the Chandansi afterwards are in Yama, established in Yama, in the son of this Surya, who is in charge of this journey of the souls, and by that the manifestation of the divine. So this one being by the three vessels of Soma becomes six extended realms. Yes, by the three vessels of Soma, one great world falls into six vast dimensions. So I was thinking about this today actually. The one falls into six with the help of three vessels of Soma. And these vessels are, as we know it from the Veda, physical, vital, and mental being. These are the vessels. They are the carriers, the holders of Soma. Our physical body is the holder of Soma. Our vital body is the holder of Soma, and our mental body. If these are the holders and they separate the one being into six, so Kabbalistically, the number 3 is actually 6, as you know, most probably. Yeah? Why? Because 1 plus 2 plus 3 is 6. If you spell it out, if you look for the quality of the 3, you will see that 3 implies immediately 6, because 1 is implied in 3 and 2 is implied in 3. And 3 is the result of 2 and 1. So here we have 6. It's a full quality of the number 3 is 6. Whenever you have 3, you immediately have 6. It cannot be otherwise. You cannot avoid 6 to come into existence with number 3. Simply not possible. 6 is a result of 3 immediately. So 6 is macrocosm. The six-cornered star of Sri Aurobindo, David's star, or Solomon's star. The 3 above and 3 below. This is 3. It got split into double reality. It is with the help of the triple oblation of Soma, Amrita, delight, Ananda, into the 3 bodies, that it becomes the 6 vast realms. Triple Ananda is the cause of macrocosm. It is the emanation of Ananda world. It creates the Ananda of unity through supermind. Yes? The additional Ananda, as Mother says. Ananda of identity becomes the Ananda of unity. Ananda of identity is Satchitananda. Yes? Becomes life, love, light, and love, as Mother translates it. The triangle which is reflected is the life from Sat, light from Chit consciousness, and love from Ananda bliss. Thus the triple one becomes a macrocosm. This is a very loaded number-oriented symbolism. And all of these chandas, chandansi, all the meters which actually create the rhythms of time and space and expression of consciousness, these are the meters, they are powers which manifest the worlds, are Trishtup, triple, and Gayatri, triple meters, are both located in Yama. Most probably Trishtup is that transcendental, and Gayatri is this manifesting power. Triple transcendental, where they are closer within the 11 syllabic meter, and Gayatri is already 8 syllabic triple fundamental manifestation. All right, I will stop here, and if you have any questions or remarks or something from this hymn, please go ahead. We have few new people, I guess, I can see here. They are joining from our Aurachit group, some of them I see. If you want to show yourself up, it would be nice also that we see you at least. We don't see you, we see only names, and they are totally silent, not
Uh,
telling. Hey, namaste,
So,
Vasudev.
I have a Vladimir.
Yes.
Vladimir ji,
My question.
right.
Go ahead.
I go after you, Basudev. You go first.
Okay. So, Vladimir ji, I would like to know from where we are reading. I mean, which where do we refer to?
Oh, it is 10:14, Rigveda.
10:14. Okay.
Yeah, all the numbers are there on the, you can see them on the verses.
Right.
All
And
right.
what's the site? What's the
It's a Yama hymn to Yama. Yama speaks to Yama. He expresses how he does it and what it is, what he is for. It's important for us because next verse we will take from Yama and Yami. And we wanted to arrive at it. We have to understand who is Yama, and then we will see who is Yami also. Okay. Any other thoughts?
My question was about this hymns. Let me try to phrase it, see if I can express my thought correctly. So they are sort of mantric ways of invoking the powers of nature forces to attain the realm of the gods, but not the supreme. Is that fair to say?
Well, for the Supreme to attain, the journey has to be, continued. This is the journey. On the journey towards the Supreme, you need Yama, yeah? And Saramaya dogs, or his intuitions to lead you on the right path. That you should not be lost on the way and robbed by the robbers of the dark. You don't want to be robbed on that way. So that's what it is. It allows us to reach our destination before next reincarnation. And in that world of psychic, we rest. We gain another force. We review everything what we did. We make another plan for incarnation. And then, in accordance with our intention, which we made at the end of our life, at the end of our life, we make an intention what we want to achieve. But we do not have yet clear plan and vision of how to do it or what to do. And so there we have time to really recapture everything, reconsider everything in the light of the need of further development. And once it is done and we are ready for next reincarnation, something happens and we see that we are ready to go. And then we are looking for the embodiment somewhere down there, looking down. Where is that place where I should go? And then we see the light coming from below, blinking, telling us, here you can come, there you can come. You can see several options. Here is stronger light, there not so strong blinking. So you can choose. You can go to some, options in between. And still it will be that place where you could fulfill that what you planned. It can be very different from what you want with your vital and mental and physical being, but for the soul it will be very beneficial. But you have to work it out. You have to make the plan. with the soul and most probably the gods, the divine powers, which Yama is stretching there as we read, connects us into the divine activities, gives us helpers. The gods are helpers here of the soul. They are to assist our journey. Is it too much? I think it is quite clear, quite rational, no? It's not something totally out of the blue.
Vladimir, I had one question about the last verse. Not question really, but can I sort of imagine it as the three vessels of Soma we pour into this one world which is ours, and from there it goes to the six vasts, to the other higher worlds that Soma is distributed. Can
Very,
I just imagine it like that?
yeah, absolutely. This is very good imagination. The three oblations of the Satchitananda generate this interaction of the supermind, which is actually making macrocosm. Yeah, absolutely.
I was wondering, Vladimir, in addition to the very coherent understanding that you're explaining about this, if it also refers to the spiritual journey during life, that I guess because it mentions the rishis, it mentions the chandas, it seems to me also to speak about the path that the rishis trod and that they give us through the Rigveda.
Yeah, prajiva say the one word, to live further forward, yes. But they didn't see life as, what you say, as only in the embodied state, yeah? They see life also in that state, where you leave the body and you have to continue to make your plan of engagement, of action, plan of action for the future. You need time for this as a soul, not as a mind, not as a vital feelings, emotions, or body. Body has to go. All these bodies have to disappear for you to clearly see what next is to be done, for you to grow in manifestation, and what next you have to experience, what you want to do, to be, to try out, to try and to fail. You have a plan to fail. So because you want to see how it does, how it works for you. Failure is actually the same path forward. It's failure for our own dogmas and visions, but for the soul, it's a great experience. Should make sense, no? At least we believe.
So,
Yes.
so that word ahita means contained in the last one.
Established, yes. It's from adha, dadhati, adadhati. Ahita, this is participle perfect passive voice. Established in Yama. Why in Yama? Because Yama is in charge of this journey, of this movement of the soul from the embodied state to the soul's plan, decision, and going back to with his twin sister Yami, who is waiting there to provide the journey. When we speak about Yama, we imply the return back to earth. Yeah? Not only going there and disappearing forever either in the paradise or in hell, as it is in Christianity. It's not like this. It's never forever. You can't be forever there. It's just neither paradise nor hell. You are going through paradise and hell to the place of rest of the soul. which is beyond, to the origin from which we came. We have to reach to that. We are not stuck with paradise. Paradise is a vital transition somewhere in the higher vital worlds, and hell is some lower vital worlds, and that would be our transition, definitely. Some people will have to undergo that path. And
I like the idea of happy hunting grounds of the forefathers, like they had in the American Indian traditions. That sounds more similar to this.
well, can you explain a little more?
No, no, the in the American Indian stories, etc., they used to say happy hunting grounds of the forefathers after death. So
Oh,
I was just thinking that's kind of closer to what's being talked about.
yeah, well, they are hunters, that's why they say so, yes. Hunting is the way of life, yes. It means,
Also, also in the Native American tradition, they very much believe that the ancestors are continually living and guiding them, so they are in connection with them. They contact and communicate. They have that tradition. So, in that sense, life is a continuation. And I was just thinking, Vladimir, that when you said about physical, vital, mental, to us, when we are in the embodied state, we think that is life. And when we are not embodied, that is death. But from another perspective, we always live
yeah,
because even though the physical, vital, mental dissolve, there is an entity which continues to intend, continues to journey, continues to reincarnate. So life is a continuous phenomena in that.
yeah, absolutely. That's why this verse says, Sano devesho ayamat dirgham ayu prajivas. So may he extend our long power of life to live forward. To live forward means in the future, to continue to reincarnate, to come again and again and again. So he has to extend it, to forge it, to support it with the powers of the gods. They have to assist our journey. They are there for that purpose. Yeah, all these intuitions, what we call higher mind, all these realizations, Indra, Ashwins, all of them. Yeah, these are the names for the divine assisting us in our journey, and that is life. But Prajiva said to live forward in the embodied state. That's why Krishna says he is not killing and he is not killed. You are totally mistaken. You cannot be killed and you cannot be the killer. Nobody kills nobody here. The body dies, yes, but it has to die for now. Yes, it's not yet that body which will not die, so it will die one way or another. And the one who lives is always alive. So don't be mistaken, Arjuna. You are not killing anyone, and nobody can kill you. So, and that thing is taken very lightly, yes, by us. We think, okay, yeah, soul, all right. But truly speaking, soul is our only source of life. The only. If soul is not there, there is no life. As Mother says, without him, nothing you can do, nothing you can know, nothing you can be. Because without the divine, nothing would be. So this idea that we are the body, living body, is misleading. And still this misleading is also important because the body has to grow in consciousness and has to become everything for the divine. So the answer is not so one-sided, it's more complex. Everything is needed and everything is in the right place. Some other thoughts? Some of you are very serious. Some.
So that means we always have to be so conscious even of our physical body, because it's containing the soma, contains soma, the physical, vital, mental. So right from outside in, inside out, everything, it's like a huge big container. So the more we grow in consciousness, the more maybe it will purify each and every container.
Right. Without physical, vital disappears and mental also goes away from us. It's not us anymore. It is a reservoir of the bigger mental body, impersonal, not related to us, not our part anymore. Only with this physical, the whole reassembling of all the planes of consciousness is possible. That's why incarnation is so fundamental for this. Without being embodied in the physical, even psychic cannot come. Psychic will not come if there is no physical body. So, physical body is that ground for magical operation, as they call it in occultism, to create the being. It is the foundation. Without that foundation, the being will not come into existence, neither in the mental, vital, or physical, or psychic. Nobody will come. So you can see that it is not like only physical and then vital, mental. But when we leave the body, there is a time of dissolving of the vital and mental, and that time we may call as paradise or hell. Yeah? Is undergoing some kind of transformation or leaving behind all those subtle elements which may cause that idea of the paradise. Or so we go through particular period of time to the place of rest, because we are the souls, unless of course we are not the souls. If somebody is embodied without the soul, then it's not the case. Sometimes the soul can be trapped by those forces. That's why Saramaya dogs, trapped and robbed and tortured in the dark, but not for all time. Temporarily, yes, until it is robbed. Or the soul itself considers itself, builds for itself entrapment, most probably also possible, when it is totally bewildered and misled by these dogmas, forces, clever forces from the vital and mental realm, which build up an image for the soul, which soul tries to follow and can entrap itself for a time being. That's why it is said, rise to him, give yourself totally to him, leave nothing behind. Don't leave attachment to the before life. Step out from that and follow Yama.
Vladimir, I wanted to ask a question about that. Sorry, I'm asking too many questions.
No, I
But
saw.
I got a sense in the other verses that we are supposed to leave everything behind, and in the later verses, I got a sense that we are supposed to take everything with us. So this is
The mind made the clear distinction, leaving everything behind or taking everything with you. Now, what shall we do? What do you think?
I don't know. I got a little. Uh, I mean, the simple answer is that the things. No, I have no answer. Sorry, I really have no answer.
It's a very interesting question because when Pavitra left his body, I most probably mentioned this before, in 1968, that very Pavitra who wrote these Conversations with Sri Aurobindo, the technique of meditation, which I recommend everyone who wants to meditate in Sri Aurobindo's way. And their mother tells us about him leaving. When he left his body, she says, he gathered all his consciousness from his physical being, from his vital and mental being, totally gathered all the elements and entered into the mother. And she says he was totally, as if he was totally alive in her. It is a very rare power, she says. She never saw anybody doing it, that you can be absolutely conscious of your physical, vital, and mental being, gather that consciousness into one being, and with the soul enter into the mother. Of course, it's a grace of the mother that she was in the embodied state, and most probably he could do that. It's a very different thing than leaving the body when nobody is there to enter into. But this is that point where you say that we take everything with us. Not everything, consciousness. And that consciousness which we gather from our experience in the physical, vital, and mental is important. That we have to rise to Yama. And what we leave behind all those unconscious things. We don't take them with us because then it confuses the path. And since Pavitra could manage that, he gathered all his consciousness, as Mother says. Even the tree in his room or somewhere in the ashram was kind of rising with the blooming when he was leaving. She could see the tree was reacting when Pavitra was departing from his physical body. This is one of those disciples who followed Sri Aurobindo and the mother very closely. He was totally dedicated to the mother. Pavitra was French citizen, yeah? You know it. He was French. He came from France. He was looking for the teacher in India. He went to Tibet, spent the whole winter in Tibet, which was very severe, and then found nobody there to help him. He came to Pondicherry and met Sri Aurobindo in 1925. And from 1925 to 1926, till the seclusion of Sri Aurobindo met with him on a weekly basis, twice a week, and guided him personally into meditation to discover the consciousness. And all the experiences are there described. And Sri Aurobindo corrects his attitudes. This is the book of guidelines to meditation. So, what is it? Is it leaving behind everything or taking everything with you? Most probably taking consciousness with you, yeah? Of every enlightened portion of your being. So the psychic experience in the physical, psychic experience in the vital, in the mental, created that awareness, which you can gather at the end and take with you as yourself. Mother speaks about creating the immortal, mental, vital, and physical being. The physical is the most difficult, but to create mental, immortal being and vital, immortal being is possible, and she did it. She created for herself the mental and vital, immortal beings. But with physical, there was a struggle. It was not so simple because she said the physical is connected to all creatures on earth. And if she changes this in herself, then everyone has to change. That was the only problem. It is easier to deal with vital and mental formation of the individual than with the physical. Physical is more related to the subconscious and inconscient, to the universal. It's a matter. Matter has to change its functionality. Of course, we are far away from building the immortal beings because we need the psychic to be in the front first. And then it has to influence constantly the mental, the vital, and the physical to really build the mental immortal being. That it is you. When you are reincarnating next time, you remember everything. There is no loss of memory because you have the same mental being. You know who you are, what you are here for. You know your previous attempts to change life and yourself. You know how you arrived at it. It's amazing to be such a being. It's prohibited for us now because we would abuse it most probably, or misuse it, or be bewildered by it. Something will happen to us. But eventually we will be there. Because this is the way to go. There is no other way. This is life. Yes, there's some other thoughts? No? Okay, I will close with mantra then. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hare Om.